You a Star Wars fan? Because you'll be amazed at number one, that a lot of women might be into the shit that you're into, but you're so worried about her judging you that you don't give it half a chance. But also some of the things that you're not into, you'll be amazed at how women would want to get into it because they want to get closer to you.
A lot of times they say shit like, "Oh, I'm free on weekends," or I'm usually free on Thursdays," or whatever the hell. So if it makes sense, then I schedule a date.
If she really liked you from the get-go, there would be no reward system you would have to look for to do anything for, right? Because it would automatically be there, And I like to do this in conversation sometimes. When you're speaking with somebody and you'll hear a girl say something like, "I'll never do this," or "I don't like this," or "I don't like that." And then you'll notice, you'll say, "Nah, I kind of like it. I like it when blah, blah, blah." And she's like, well, yeah, when you say it like that, I like it, And it's just kind of like, yeah, you switched up awfully fast for somebody that just really said they don't like something. And so, there's always been clues out there for fellas to understand, like, yo, if they really like you, they will change their whole political party.
They're not giving her real instruction. They're not letting her know what it really is. And most dudes don't do it. Most dudes don't say what it is because they're afraid to hear no, or they're afraid to bring up sex too early and all of this and all of that. But the bottom line is this. Either, again, and somebody said it, either she's feeling you or she's not. You understand? Either she's feeling you or she's not. We got to stop all this nonsense, man. Guys are too afraid to hear no, and it's like I'd rather hear no than to waste 2, 3, 4 dates and time spent, money spent, and all this other shit just to find out that you wasn't feeling me any damn way. You see what I'm saying? But so with me, first date is cool. If you don't want to do it on the first date, no problem. You could be on your period or whatever it is. There's a lot of things that could be off on the first date, right? It doesn't matter. But second date, you gotta know what it is.
For me, I like exclusive vagina to me. And that's because I don't want to catch nothing to have my later years messed up. And I like to stroke without no condom on.
Oh!
It feels great.
No!
So I like it.
So you like to be hugged by the sugar walls? You like to be hugged?
Yeah. I like that velvet, plush velvet. The smoothness. So,
but even then, J. Roman, I hear you.
He don't get up for nothing. You understand what I'm saying? So, and the reason is because he has to conserve his energy to do 3 full workouts a day up until his competition date. You understand? So when he's in season, he literally just works out as hard as he can. Then he sits on the couch and his wife brings him everything. The only thing she don't do is fucking piss for him, right? So what I'm saying is, it's one thing to have a wife that does it, because you said earlier, these were the words you used. You said a woman who says, "Oh, I rock with this dude, so I don't mind doing this." But see, it's a difference between a woman who doesn't mind and a woman who cheerfully wants to do it. Understand the position of a simp. Make sure you understand the position of a friend zone nigga. Make sure you understand that a man doesn't do anything for nothing. You understand? So run the game, be careful, and do what you got to do.
Mm-hmm. And that's the right there, J. Roman. And that's the problem. Your main chick should always be prioritized over all the new chicks. Right? The new chicks should not get preferential treatment. Right? So what would make it difficult for a lot of women is if you're giving girlfriend treatment to the new chick. Right? So this is why when you very first meet women, you have to establish boundaries and parameters where they got to earn everything. So that way, when the main chick is with you and she knows you're dealing with new women, she knows they have to go through the gauntlet too. They just don't get shit quicker. Like if
Kerry K set in the blaze, sagging. Miles Cunham with the game so tight. J. Roman lit the torch, keeping it right. Manhood's the challenge, skill set to master. In a world moving fast, gotta move faster. Trap beat, pounding 808, shake the floor. Guided by the host, wisdom like law. Kerry K drops jewels, the crowd enthralled. Words cut deep, no need for brawls. Miles Cunningham, tactics sharp like a dagger. Navigates the game, makes the haters stagger. Journey to manhood, no easy feat. Lessons from the masters, words concrete. J. Roman with the keys, opens the door. Manhood's the path, gotta crave for more. Manhood's the challenge, skill set to master. In a world moving fast, gotta move faster. Trap beat, pounding 808, shake the floor. Guided by the host, wisdom like law.
Yeah, what's going on?
We back at it.
Yo, yo, yo.
What's good, J. Roman? What's good, Miles? What's good with my bros and shit?
Chilling, man. What's going on with you?
Hey, man, look, this is a dope topic, right? If I do say so myself, I did pick it out. Look, let me just say this real quick. The dark side of female investment most men miss. This is kind of like the dark side of a provider. And women know what I'm talking about. There are guys who they're not providers because it's part of their masculine identity. Shout out to Miles. They're providers because they're using their money as leverage to try and control the woman. So if you have a woman who ain't working, who's completely codependent on you financially, and you're using your money to not only win her affection, but to control her, what are you going to do? You're going to try and punish her with the money if she ain't, quote unquote, acting right, right? And there are women who would tell you, this is why a lot of women refuse to quit their jobs.
Right.
It's because of that shit, right? And so what I'm talking about is the flip side of that, right? You have women who do things, and on the surface, it looks like they about you. It looks like they about what you trying to do, but they have an agenda, right? When we talk about an agenda, we're talking about an arterial motive. Now, let me just say this real quick. Everyone has an agenda. The difference between us and them is we're transparent about our agenda. We don't act like we don't come one way, but on the back end, we're really trying to do something else. Right. And when you do that, that's straight up manipulation. So real quick, before we get off into this, and I want to get you guys' opinion, I did a consultation last night, and that gave me the thought of this title, right, or the idea of this title. And let me just say this. When you guys do consultations, we're able to take a deeper dive into what's going on with you specifically. And if you cut out the bullshit, you stop all the lying, you stop trying to act like you got the answers, and you just be honest, we can get to it, bro. You know what I'm saying? As far as what's going on with you. So I was talking to the gentleman, and we've had a couple consultations, and he's been telling me about this one young lady. And I'm listening, fellas, and I'm like, bro, she been manipulating you from day one. Day one. But we're gonna get off into this, gentlemen. So what's going on with y'all? Y'all got anything y'all want to plug right quick before we get knee deep off into this shit?
Yeah, man. Guys, make sure you go to Cunningham Elements and well, you know what? The shea butter sold out. The shea butter sold out once again. So shout out to everybody that got the shea butter. Appreciate that. The shea butter is sold out. So that's the final. But yeah, we still got the soaps. We still got the masculine identity fragrance. And check us next year, or, you know, towards the end of this year, you know, when it starts to get cold again, for the shea butter, man. Appreciate everybody that supported. And yeah, Cunningham Elements. And of course, go to shoplucario.com. Make sure you get your online dating consultation with Lucario and April MC. And, you know, because they show you how to use these dating apps for real, instead of you just wasting your money thinking that you know what you're doing. They'll show you exactly what you need to do to make the most out of it, so you don't waste your bread. It's paying for these online dating dating apps. All right. But yeah, man, let's get the game going. Shout out to K-Zag, shout out to J Roman, shout out to the chat. Let's get it.
Hey, like always, Zach. Hey, like always, Zach, man, thanks for having me here. And yeah, let's get started. Let's get going. I got to leave a little early, so let's jump into it.
All right,
Yes, sir.
cool. So, guys, we good with the call-in line, Miles?
Yeah, phone lines are open.
All right, guys, 1-844-672-7300. Call in, $5 per question, $10 for a story. Go ahead and call in. Again, what are we talking about? The dark side of female investment most men miss. Let me just say this, because I want guys to understand, this is not to disparage women in any way.
Right.
This is to let you guys know that you guys are falling asleep with these women. Okay, and what I mean by that is this. You got, and we were all guilty of this. Like all three of us and everyone that we fuck with, we were guilty of this at one point in time.
Right.
Yeah,
When
exactly.
you know better, you do better. Right. So when I say fall asleep, what happens is y'all get very, very comfortable because you have, access to the chick sexually on a regular basis. And she's doing some of the shit you like, whether it be cooking for you, buying you some shit every now and again. And y'all think y'all winning when women do that shit. And y'all get real comfortable. This is why I tell you guys, before you get into a relationship, take the sex out of it, take how she look out of it, take your feelings about her out of it, and take how you feel about the shit that she's doing for you. Take that shit out of it too. And from just a logical perspective, ask yourself, as far as how I'm living my life and how I'm moving, does it work? Her being here. In other words, is she a hindrance to progress? Is she upsetting the ecosystem because I'm constantly checking her for shit? Right? Because all of that other shit cancels the fuck out if that's what you're doing. But I'm gonna pass it to y'all. Man, we're gonna get off into this day, right? And this is, I want y'all to think about this while we're talking.
Hey, before we go a little further, we do have one free call. Somebody donated to me last week. However, they did not call in. So I would state their name, but we have never had a conversation. But I appreciate that. And I guess we got one free call from last week when somebody donated but never called in.
All right. So yeah, guys, we got one free call. So if y'all want to use that, make sure y'all call in 844-672-7300, 844-672-7300. Go ahead and call in. We got one free call, guys. All right. So the dark side of female investment most men miss. Well, I mean, that leads me, when I think of that, I think of the fact that, women are in this to survive. You understand? Women are in this to survive. That's their number one thing. And, there's something to be said about, I think I think the dark side of it all is that as men, we romanticize being needed by a woman.
That's some real shit right there.
I think that's the real dark side. I think men misunderstand what it means when a woman needs you, when a woman, follows your lead, when a woman decides to cleave herself to you and be with you and trust in your leadership. Like a lot of men over romanticize what it means. Like, oh yeah, she loves me, and that's the woman, and that's a woman for me, and that's my queen, and that's my this, and that's my that. And I'm sure y'all even heard me refer to my lady as my queen and all that type of shit. But please don't get it twisted. Like, I know what I'm saying when I say it, and I know why I say it. I know that it's a title, but I also know that women are here because they need survival. You understand? And a woman is here to choose the best and easiest path to her survival. So this is why we get into compatibility. A lot of y'all think that compatibility and this love and this romance and this and that, and it's she's the perfect one for me, and in some ways it can be that, but never lose sight of the fact that there's a practicality to all of this. And once you're unable to be used, you become useless. You understand? And as men, in the same way that we can't romanticize it, is the same way that we can't take it personal either. You understand? This is why game is all about focusing on yourself and making sure that you understand the gravity that you hold for yourself at all times. Like we kind of touched on this on the show yesterday, Lakari and myself, and and I brought up that clip with Boss Mac, and he was like, look, the number one thing with fucking with relationships is cop. All relationships fall under the umbrella of cop and blow. You never know when that bitch gonna go, and it's the truth. You really never know. And I mean, she can get up and leave, or she could get hit by a bus. You understand? So it's understanding that. It's cool to find somebody that you're compatible with, and it's cool to be wanted, and it's cool to be needed. But there's a practical aspect that if you're not being productive, if you have no use, then you're useless, and it's a chance that you will get left. And it's sad. And the crazy part is, it's not even personal. And I think the dark side is that some guys, like I said, romanticize it and then they take it personal. And here's the thing. If you want to understand how to not take it personal, you need to understand how to not give a fuck about the applause. Okay? Because the reason why a lot of people, I have clients that come to me and they say, hey, Miles, I'm trying not to give a fuck about what other people think. The secret to not giving a fuck about what other people think is realizing that we can't take to heart the applause, just like we can't take to heart the hate. You understand? We take to heart when somebody pats you on the back and tell you, oh yeah, Miles, you be spitting that dope ass game, and it's like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to feel good about that, right? But then when somebody comes and says, yo, Miles, you a scam, you ain't shit, you ain't, blah blah blah, then I'm supposed to feel bad about that. Again, what I'm doing is I'm a puppet in that way, meaning, so I'm allowing myself to feel good when you compliment me, but I'm also allowing myself to feel bad when you diss me or when you say something negative. So the point is, I don't give a fuck about you saying something good, and I don't give a fuck about you saying something bad. I'm just here to do me.
Let me just say this before you speak, Jay Roman, and I just want to kind of piggyback on what you just said. What people personally feel about me, negative or positive, has no impact on how I feel about myself. Okay, it literally, like if people hate me, when I look at my bank account, no money left my bank account. when people are like, man, we like your shit, Zach. You know what I'm saying? When I look at my bank account, I don't see no new commas. You know what I'm saying? So nothing happens. My life is what it was, whether I get the positive feedback or the negative feedback, because my opinion is the preeminent opinion. You know what I'm saying? I'm at the top of my own totem pole. I put my own stuff on a pedestal. So nobody's opinion can usurp mine. No one's opinion can ever even be at the same level as mine. Ever. Like, my opinion will always be the preeminent opinion. So whatever you say, I'm like, yeah, okay. I'm still doing this though. Right, go ahead, Jay.
No, I just think you guys made both some good points, because one, I like the way you worded the title, that most men miss, right? So it's going to be there, but it's just our responsibility to make sure that we notice it, because I don't knock any woman for survival. A lot of times we forget the nature of things, right? Marriages and people getting together used to have a bigger meaning. It was about protection, either growing your family, merging two families together, property wise. Like, there was a reason why, and you liking the person wasn't really part of it. Now, in this modern times, of course, we have the choice of liking somebody, but I think it's natural, and that's why most women will still say they're not going to pick the weakest dude to try to build something with. They want to pick a guy that can at least provide, protect, and things like that, or that they subconsciously look at, right? Like, it's not like, there's women out there and they lie to themselves, right? Because it's like, oh, I picked him when he had nothing, but you saw some potential in him. And you didn't think he was going to have nothing forever. Like, let's be honest. Like, you didn't think he was going to have nothing forever. I don't forget that. See, a lot of guys forget this, and I want to say this if people understand. your retirement is part of her plan. So she expects a certain amount of work from you for whatever future that you are building. And that's part of her plan too. Right now, our retirement is just our retirement. Now, we never looked at a woman and said, hey, your retirement's part of my, I'm looking on your retirement. But trust me, she knows. She knows. So it's nothing to me that you should look at a woman and blame her for. To me, it's just nature.
Hold on real quick. My bad, Jay. G. Washington. Nobody got emotional. I'm very passionate about the shit I talk about. What good spitting. What the fuck? Dog, be quiet. Just listen. All right, my bad. Go back. Go ahead. You got it, Jay.
No, I just think it's nothing for us as men to be upset to women about. I think it's just nature. It's nature to want to be protected. And, when you're raining, you go underneath a tree. If there's nothing around, you find shelter. Like certain things are just natural and it's nature to do it. But it's our job to make sure that we notice when it's becoming not about when it's coming not about you. Like I heard somebody say the other day, I don't mind going on a date, but I want you to want to go on the date with me. Not that you just want to go to this place.
Right.
And it doesn't matter with who.
Right.
Right. And so that's the thing that guys are worried about. Like, I don't mind working and protecting and doing all this stuff, but I want you to want it to be me and not just anybody in this spot that's doing it for you.
Right.
And I think that's what they need to watch out for.
Okay, so real quick, Duke of Lux with the $10 Norwegian Krone. Appreciate you. So let me tell you guys what spurned this title, right? So to the young man I did a consultation with, while I was talking to him, I said, bro, I need to talk about this, right? And there's 2 points I want to make. But before I get to those 2 points, I want to say this about what was happening in his situation, right? So he had this young lady he was dealing with. She was cooking, cleaning, buying him shit. Hashtag her debit card works too, right? She was doing all that shit. She was cooking the shit that he liked. So he like, oh yeah, she the one. She a winner, right? So he took her in, you know what I'm saying? And he got real comfortable. And what started to happen slowly but surely is she started making her move to basically dictate the terms and conditions of the relationship, right? So what started happening was she started telling him shit like, I don't like the way you say this. You need to consider saying this instead. Or like if he would say, so what you fixing for me tonight? Why you asking me like that? There got to be a better way you asking. See, right there. When that's happening, what guys need to realize, and let me just say this because both of you guys make solid points about women and their survival. All women are manipulators, period.
All of them.
I've been saying it, all of them. Not some, not most, not numbers, all of them, 100%, 110% of them, right? The one that ain't born yet, they in a womb manipulating, right? So my point, but I get why though. To y'all point,
natural parasite at its beginning.
Yeah, exactly. Women are very symbiotic like that, right? So, like venom and shit, right? So, but I get it. So when we talk about women manipulating, right? Part of it is subconscious. It's just subconscious, right? It's part of what they learn because they were taught that men should behave a certain way towards them, that men should do a certain thing. So that's ingrained in them. So even though they might meet a man that might not readily come across like he's that man, just inherently, they're going to seek to extract that, right? Even if it's subconscious. So now, consciously, when we talk about conscious manipulation, right, you can talk about clever manipulation, then you can talk about deceptive manipulation, right? Real quick, and I'll pass it to y'all. We talked about this on a live stream a few months back. There was a young lady who was dating this guy, right? They were not in a relationship, but they were seriously dating. They were very fond of each other. But he was dealing with other chicks. And she didn't like that. So she reluctantly went with what he was doing. Let me just say this real quick. Guys, if y'all are dealing with a woman or women and you're dating, let's get the call real quick.
All right. We got 714. You are 714. You're on live with the Manhood is a Skill Set show. Name, age, city, and are you taking a free call?
Hello? Hold it real quick.
Yo, this is that same Joker that was fucking up with us yesterday. So I gotta
Get rid of him. Get rid of him.
Yeah,
so
we still
thing,
call guys. Still got a free call 844-672-7300.
There you go. And if y'all have a question, put a Q in the chat followed by your question. So let me go back. Right. So if you guys, this is the same motherfucker.
No. He's good. Go ahead.
All right. So if y'all are dealing with a woman and y'all are dating multiple chicks and she says anything about it, or she implies anything that suggests that she got a problem with it, you can never date her. You can never date her. And if you start to date her and she says anything about what you're doing with other chicks, you can't date her.
Right.
Not seriously. And the reason why is because if that's the way you're moving, if you want to deal with multiple women, you cannot have women that's part of your rotation that's making it an issue. Because what's going to happen in most cases is she's going to be reluctant to do it your way. So there's always going to be a part of her that's going to fight you on it. Let's get it.
All right, 216, you're on live with the Manhood is a Skill Set show. Name, age, city. How can we help you?
Yeah, Jay, Texas, 21.
Okay.
And I was taking a free call.
Okay, appreciate it. All right, go ahead, man.
Yeah, so question. So when I'm in the club and stuff, I've been watching some videos on Lucario talk about chicks in the club, and I go out clubbing solo.
Mm-hmm.
So my question is, when I talk to these chicks in the club, the way I talk to them, how can I be more performative and just me vibing and then
Wait. Did you say be more performative?
Like in myself, like I notice when I'm in the club, sometimes I kind of start thinking too much. Like
no. You're asking about being more. I need you to understand your utilization of the word performative. When you're being performative, that means you're acting, you're performing for the woman, right? You should just be chilling. So
yeah,
when you say performative, what do you mean? What do you mean by performative?
What I mean by that is, so if I approach one chick in the club and then 20 minutes go by and I haven't approached another chick, I feel like I'm not doing enough. And instead of vibing and drinking and give me a drink, I feel like I need to go approach more chicks. That's what I'm saying.
Wait, so what are you doing in the club the whole time if you're not doing nothing?
No, I'm in the club. I'm dancing and stuff. I'm saying sometimes I notice I get in my head a lot about it, about not talking to enough chicks.
Okay, so why don't you go talk to them?
I do, but the outcome sometimes that I get.
So is it the fact that no, hold on, caller. You seem to be moving the goalpost. Is it the fact that you're not talking to enough, or are you just disappointed with your results?
Well, it's kind of both. Some nights I not talk to enough, and then some nights I talk to enough, but then I don't get the outcome that I desire to have.
How many chicks are you talking to per night?
So, for example, last night I went out.
Just give me a number, bro. Just give me a number. How many chicks do you talk to when you go out usually?
5 to 10.
5 to 10. Okay. Now, have you gotten the results that you wanted?
Yeah, but not. It didn't end the way I wanted to. But at the start,
have you gotten the results? Have you gotten the results that you wanted? Yes or no?
Yeah.
So what's the problem?
Can I give an example of what happened?
Have you gotten the results you wanted? Yes or no?
Yeah.
So if you're getting the results you wanted, what's your problem? I'm not. So you're all over the place, and you're getting the results you wanted. Why are you calling in today?
Because I'm questioning on sometimes the approach that I take on it. That's what I'm saying.
What's wrong with your approach if you're getting the results that you want?
So, caller, let me come at it from another direction. And Miles, I hear what you're saying. See, caller, it's the way you're looking at it is this way. If I don't get the woman that I want, I must be doing something wrong.
But
So my question to you, but to you, and to your point, Miles, that means if you're getting the women that are actually dealing with you and you're having sex with them, if you're doing something quote unquote right in that situation, that means you cannot be doing something wrong when women say no. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Okay, call.
I just think really, man, you got to understand that you could be the flyest dude in your head, the flyest thing, but not everybody's going to want you.
Exactly.
Right. So just because you're there and you're laughing, having a good time, getting at women, you know, some women are just not going to vibe with you, just period. But you don't really care about those, right? That's not the whole thing. But I have a problem with your first words. What was your name again? It was Jay, right?
Right.
Right. Okay. So when you say performance and stuff like that, I'm with Miles. Ever since I heard Miles' terms, words exposes you. It lets me know that you're not really in the club for you. Like your first statement was, I go to the club by myself. And I'm thinking like, why are you in the club by yourself? Now, I go to clubs by myself just because I want to go there. But at the same time, it seemed like that's something that was said, like, you know, go to the club by yourself so you get more chicks and all this other stuff. But it seems like you're only going there for the chicks. And so your result base or what you're doing there is determined by the chicks on what happens, on how you feel.
Yeah, your enjoyment of the evening is based on whether or not you get some bitches.
So if you go to clubs, there's nothing wrong. Like I used to, me and my boys would meet there, but I drove separate because we're doing things separately when I leave.
Mm-hmm.
That's the plan. But we would meet there, and I'm having a drink and I'm enjoying myself, and I'm listening to music. I like to dance. You know, there's things at the club that I like to do, and there's chicks there, of course. But at the same time, when you go out, you have to go to places that you actually like to go to. So it doesn't matter if a chick is there or not, you're still going to have a good time. Did that kind of make sense to you?
Caller. Hello?
Oh, we must have lost him.
Nah, he just hung up. Or it got disconnected somehow. But I don't.
It doesn't seem like he's having fun there. Like he's getting at the chicks and he's doing everything technically that he should be doing. But if you do it for the wrong reasons, it'll never feel good.
Well, here's the thing, and I'll say this, and I'm gonna keep saying this about a lot of you guys. I know y'all don't like when I say this. A lot of y'all are insecure. Maybe you don't realize it, and this is what I mean by that. And they're saying it in the chat. He's outcome dependent. He's too emotionally attached to a woman's yes. Like it means too much to him, right? So when we talk about seeking validation, that's the epitome of seeking validation, where when someone tells you yes, it makes you feel good about yourself. It makes you say, yes, somebody thinks I'm attractive. Yes. So you need them to say yes for you to feel that way. So when a woman says no, it fucks with his ego, right? So even when a woman says yes, and to your Miles, you always say, you talk about gratification, right? When a woman says yes, he doesn't say, you know what? I should be gratified. You know what I'm saying? I should be appreciative of the fact that I'm getting way more than a lot of guys would get. At least women fuck with me, right? He want all the business to fuck with him. and like you said, Roman, you cannot bat guys. There is no man on this planet that bats 1,000 for 1,000. Pick any celebrity. Pick Wilt Chamberlain. I don't care if he had sex with 20,000 women. There was one bitch that said no. Period.
At least one.
At least one. You cannot have them all. Now, there are some guys that are more successful, if you will, getting more of what they want than other guys are. And the problem is, I think, gentlemen, is guys are comparing themselves to those guys. I want what he got. I want to do the numbers he's doing. I want to fuck with the same type of bitches he's fucking with. And y'all keep looking at other guys, and you'll never be happy because you're always looking at other men. And other men are not your competition. You're your competition. Other men are not.
But my thing is, again, I was still trying to understand the damn caller. I'm like, what do you, if you claim you're getting the results you want, so what do you, I still couldn't understand what he was saying. That's my thing. Because if you're getting the results you want, then what do you mean? What's the problem? And if I could surmise what he was really trying to say, is you hit the nail on the head as far as gratitude, right? Because the problem with so many dudes is that it's not that absolutely it's not that absolutely no chicks are getting with them. It's not that absolutely no chicks are having sex with them. It's that they expected a certain number of chicks to have sex with them. And because they're not getting that number, they feel like they must be failing, or they feel like they must be doing something wrong, or they feel negatively about themselves. And it's like, what the fuck did you like? First of all, expectation leads to disappointment. That's first of all. You understand? If you're not truly, and you touched on it too, J. Roman, but if you're not going out and if you're not living this life to enjoy this life and to appreciate and to be grateful for this life, then what are you really doing? Now it's like, like when would you ever be happy if that's how you look at life? You understand? You go out, you talk to 10 chicks, 2 of them, you get the number. One of them, 2 of them, you set up the date. One of them flakes and one of them come out. One of them you smash. Oh, well, that's not enough, bro. It's like, come on, bro. Like, what do you mean? You're living life. You put in some work and you got a result. Instead of being upset or disappointed or thinking negatively, just look at it objectively. You say, okay, out of every 10 chicks that I holler at, I'm gonna fuck 1. So if I want to fuck 2 chicks, objectively speaking, I got to talk to 20. If I want to fuck 3 chicks, objectively speaking, I got to talk to 30. What's the problem? You understand? You go to your job, you go to your job, you work 40 hours, you get paid. If you want to get paid more, objectively speaking, what do you got to do? You got to either ask for a raise or get another fucking job or start a side hustle. Like, I don't understand where all of this like negativity and disappointment come from. Life is showing you exactly what you need to know. Everything beyond that is up to you to put in the work to get what you want and to make the adjustments.
So real quick, Kobe Lane with the 1999, 3 free questions or 3 free calls, I guess. Yeah, 3 free calls. Not bad. Or 2 questions and 4 calls before? Yeah.
It's
if anyone wants to call it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it got me all fucked up with the math. Anyway, so let's get back. So real quick, I want guys to understand something. And real quick, Miles, I know you and L, y'all cool with Myron and Fresh, but I got to say something about something that Myron said a while ago. Shout out with Dave. Shout out to Dave for the $5. A bunch of Kendrick Lamar's. It's not enough. Appreciate you. Not enough. So Myron said a long time ago, and I'm sure some of you right now, some of you are listening right now, and a lot of guys heard Myron say a while back, he was talking about how men should strive to have 50 sex partners.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And that's not good, right? And because guys, you should not be out here trying to get a number, trying to, you know what? In order for me to be in this tier of men, in order for me to be viewed as this kind of man, I got to be out here just fucking.
Yeah.
No, you can't move like that, right? You cannot move like that. If you're gonna be out here dealing with women and indulging in casual sex encounters, do that because you thoroughly enjoy fucking. That should be the only reason you're engaging in casual sex, because you enjoy fucking. If you're indulging in casual sex for any other reason than that, you're going to be thoroughly disappointed. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, advice like that, it definitely to me gives guys, I think it triggers guys to be outcome dependent, and it also triggers guys to be ungrateful if they don't meet that number. You understand? It sets an expectation of, well, I ain't shit unless I fucked 50 women.
Exactly.
You understand? Now, I'll be honest with you. I ain't fucked 50 women in my life. I haven't reached that number. I have not. And I did a video about that a while back. Letting dudes know that's not my strong suit. Cause I've been a monogamous type nigga for a lot of my life. It's just that I preserve the freedom to do what I do, and I let my woman know that. But I be chilling, like straight up and down. I be chilling, like I'm not out here like that. You understand what I'm saying? I just like my freedom, and I like for a woman to know what it is. So if something comes up, then she understands. But the point I'm trying to make is, just because I haven't reached 50 don't mean I didn't learn nothing. And the problem is that we've had guys who've called in and who said they're past the hundreds. They're in the triple digits, and they're still calling us for advice. Do you understand? So my thing is this: is it really about the number of women you fucked, or how much game you actually perceived from your life experience? See what I'm saying?
It's about quality.
That's what that's my thing. And I'm not here to prove nothing to nobody. So if niggas want to look at me like, oh shit, Miles ain't fucked 50 bitches yet, he ain't shit. Whatever, nigga. My point is this: I'm not here to prove nothing to nobody. I'm here to enjoy my life and to learn what I need to learn. I haven't reached 50 bodies, but I know more than most of you niggas. You see what I'm saying? I haven't reached 50 bodies, but y'all calling me for fucking advice. You get what I'm saying? So again, it's not about the number, and it's not about the expectation. It's being grateful and what you do with your life experience that actually matters.
Let me add this real quick, and then Roman, I'll pass it to you. I know it's been a minute since you said something. Let me just say this real quick. Having a bunch of sex doesn't really make you good with women. I need to point that out, right? And the reason why I need to point that out, you can have all the casual sex you want. Where are those women at? Okay, that's one. But also, what is the quality of your experiences with these women? Okay, and this is what I mean by that. If you're having sex with a bunch of women, and I ask you how many relationships you've had and what's the longest relationship you've had, if you don't have women who want to be with you past just sex, and they come in with their A game, that means women don't see the value in you beyond sex. So if you're having a bunch of sex, but no woman ever wants to be your wife, or she ever wants to be, with you seriously, that says more about your ability to maintain the momentum of attraction past sex. That's not a good thing, which is why these guys, they don't know shit about women. They just know how to score casual sex. Beyond that, they don't know what they're doing with women. And here's the reality of it. All those guys that have all that sex, how many of those women were they following to get the sex? Most of them. 90-something% of them. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, you guys make some points. If you definitely want to learn from your experiences. That's all I could say. If you've had a lot of sex and stuff, it's not the end all, the be all. But if you like having sex, and having a lot of it is what you'll probably do. I just think that learning from your experiences is the thing that you need to do, right? So I'm not going to sit here. I had a lot I ain't gonna sit here. I'm
not hating on it. I mean, I was busy. I was busy.
But I'll tell you this though. I've had over the course of my life, the maturity level and the game has definitely expanded. Right. I would lie my ass off. I ain't gonna lie. To me, I felt like, what's one more lie? Am I the only one you with? Yes, you're the only freaking one.
I've never done that. That's one thing I never did.
I'm just saying.
No. I'm not hating on that, but that's one thing I never did. Yeah.
And that's why I can sit here and I'm always trying to keep it funky. I'm gonna keep it 100 and keep it real. Like, you be lying a lot. You be lying a lot because that's what you did back then. You was a player. You was trying to be, and being a player is different than having game. And I don't think a lot of people really understand that. Because the focus is a lot different. When you have game, the focus is about yourself and how you represent yourself in this world. And you say, hey, this is who I am. If you like me, then let me tell you how it'd be to get closer to me. But if you don't, then kick rocks. And I think that's a major thing that people have to learn. And when you are after something and you're hunting for it, you try to use all these different tools, but these tools don't solidify you as an individual. Right. So like there's people that be camouflage. When you go hunting, you're camouflage. You have to adapt to the nature or the surroundings to hunt. But when you're a man, you don't. You stand there and it's around. And you made a comment earlier, Miles, about, or one of you guys made a comment about, looking at the guy in the club that seems like he's 100% with women. A lot of times you won't even notice he has a type and he's 100% with his type. And he knows his type and he knows what style of women that he likes.
Right
and
there.
So he will be 100% with that type.
And that takes reps, and that takes knowing your masculine identity.
Okay. Real quick, I'm glad you said that. I know my fucking type. When I go into a spot, I'm scanning the perimeter. You know what I'm saying? Like Red Man says, I'm in the perimeter, right? And boom, boom, boom. I'm seeing my types, right? So I'm just from one to the next, right? And again, Miles, you said it. It takes reps, right? Because not only that, you should know exactly why women are into you. You should be able to break that down. I can break down exactly why women fuck with me. You should be able to break that down. If you can't break that down, then you're just out here just macking on accident, like Miles says. Y'all got it.
I mean, it gets to the point where you know yourself so well. I know why you like me, and I could turn that off to push you away.
Easily. Facts. That's facts.
And that was one of the techniques, so I think that guys got to understand, we all like to get it in. Let's just be honest. Everybody likes to get it in and things like that. But after a while, you start to put yourself as a priority more than just that feeling. And when you start putting yourself more as a priority, more than just that feeling, you realize, I like that feeling. But at that same time, that feeling doesn't make me. I'm making me. And I always try to tell people this, like, if you were to make, for those who play video games and you had the NBA 2K or whatever, and you was able to make your own character, do you make your character 70 overall? A lot of people ain't making it. They make it 99, 100. If they can do it 100, they make it 100, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, so why would you make yourself weak? And I agree. If I'm making myself on a video game, I ain't making myself weak. I'm 100% everything. I could throw 100, block 100. I'm a superstar.
Right.
But they don't realize that you got the same ability to make yourself up. Right. So that same way you made a character in a game, you have the ability to make you up. What type of qualities and what type of things would you make yourself? What type of man would you make yourself? Would you make yourself a man that's so wrapped up in the women, you go stand in a club by yourself, bored as fuck, just to talk to a few of them? Like, what are you doing with your life, and how are you making yourself up? And I think when you get that women thing and you talk about 50 bodies, I don't know who said that, messing with 50 bodies and stuff. You could have had sex 3 minutes for all 50 bodies. You ain't learned nothing.
That's what I'm saying. You're not learning nothing. If you're just fucking women once and you're done, you're not even learning how to fuck, really. Because look, to really look, and this is just some real shit. To really understand how to fuck, you actually got to be in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? A couple relationships to really understand. You have to be in some long-term situations. If you just mashing chicks once or twice and you dipping, right? You don't know anything about a woman's body. You don't know anything about being an attentive lover. You don't know. You're just a poker. You're just running around poking bitches. You know what I'm saying? So you can't really learn anything about sex if you're just having sex once or twice, moving on to the next chick. And I'm not hating on that, but I'm saying if that's your method of operation, you ain't learning a fucking thing. You're just a guy who's good at scoring casual sex. And Jay Roman said it best. You have a horrible keep hand, right? And pimp lingo, right? We talk about catch hand. Your catch hand is your ability to attract women. Your keep hand is where women actually want to fuck with you past just fucking you, right?
Exactly.
And a lot of guys, to me, when I hear guys talk, and this is what I would ask guys. I'll be like, hey, bro, let me ask you a question. And they be in their 30s and 40s. Has a woman ever wanted to marry you, nigga? No. Nigga, you don't know shit about bitches. No woman, nigga. No woman wanted to marry you, nigga. Ever? Nigga, shut the fuck up. Go ahead, fam.
No, real shit. Like I've heard multiple ultimatums You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, well, you need to marry me because I'm not going to be doing this next year. And you understand what I'm saying? Like, you could fault me for the body count not being all elaborate and shit. But yo, all the shit that I've learned from my long-term relationships, you can't fuck with me on the level of the game.
Invaluable.
Can't fuck with me on the level of the game, and you can't fuck with me on my lovableness. Like the fact that I'm a lovable man, the fact that I got chicks that wanna take my last name, and you've never had, like, you fuck. Imagine a nigga called me up talking about, yeah, I fucked like 150 bitches, and not one of them ever wanted to take your last name, and not one of them can be found at this date. Now you cannot call one of them today.
That's what I'm saying.
You can't ask one of them for a fucking favor today, right? But you want to look at me and be like, oh, well, you ain't reached 50 bodies. And again, you know, shout out to Fresh and Fit, Myron, Fresh. You know, Lucario and I are, they're associates. But even between us, we know that there are a lot of things we disagree on. And again, all right, let's not even go that far to the body count of 50, right? Even the pressure of losing your virginity puts a lot of guys in a fucked up headspace. You understand? And I always try to reiterate to guys that when we ask guys how many sexual partners you've had, it's really not about ridicule, and it's really not about trying to make a nigga feel bad about his number. It's about understanding your level of experience. Because you're coming to us for game. You're coming to us for knowledge. And the knowledge that you're asking us for is based on experience. And so if you've never even had sex with a woman, then it's hard for you to fully understand. Even you're ignorant about things that, even about the things that there are things that you don't know that you don't know. So that's why we ask those type of questions, to understand your level of experience, not to ridicule you and not to make you think, oh, well, if you ain't get to this number, you're a bad person and you're a horrible man. And no, it's not really about that. It's not about that at all.
Well, I'll tell you this.
Go ahead, Jerome.
We could take game out of it. We could take a lot of things out of it, and just go basic nature. You should be a balanced person, a balanced individual. So if your whole goal and your whole life is just one thing, it's not good for you. Now, I tell you this, when, I lost my virginity way too young, way too young. But I had older brothers and stuff like that. I come from a huge family of boys and stuff. So, take your younger brother out when you go out, I guess that was their protection to not, have my brothers and them be too wild, because they had to tag their younger brother along. But at the same, it didn't work. All I did was sleep in the back seat of a car while they was getting busy or something. So, but
they definitely groomed your ass.
Yeah, I way too young, and went on fire since then. You know how many doctor visits I had to go to, and mental mind states of pregnancies that I thought, and the tests that I had to buy, and taking women to the clinic, and like, it's not all one. It's not all this everything in this package that's all beautiful and stuff just because you're doing things. There's responsibilities you have to have when it comes to sex. I had my first kid at 15 years old.
Damn.
Like there's things that happen that people got to understand. Like, we talk about this as this, like, it's the coolest, and that's the thing to do, and it builds your manhood. My manhood is built by how many chicks I tucked in, and it's not. It's not it. And if it is, you're off balanced. What about how you present yourself? What about how you handle responsibilities? What about how you handle the tough things down the road? Did you go to school? How many books you read? Do you enjoy certain things? Are you grateful for certain things? Do you help people out? Like, there's so much stuff around making a individual a man that is balanced, that should be proud of, besides just sex.
Yeah, but let me just say this real quick, right? Because you said you had your first child at 15. No, I didn't have my first child until I was 22. But when I was in high school, I was dealing with 2 chicks who had kids. Was I dealing with them at the same time? No, I was dealing with them separately, but they had kids. But I knew a few chicks, what I'm saying? Even chicks I wasn't fucking with that had some kids and shit. So I seen that a lot of that shit too. But to your point, and to both of you guys' point, sex is cool, but it doesn't mean anything. It's just sex, right? And here's the thing. If you're bragging about how much sex that you've had, you really feel like the value of a woman is strictly in her bottom half. And you don't truly understand the value of a woman, which is why you can't inspire women to show up and give you more than just a pussy. Right? Because you think the epitome, you think you reach the top of the totem pole with a bitch when you fuck her. Like, yeah, this is the value of dealing with her. She's so beautiful, and I had sex. I've reached the mountaintop. Yo, the reason why a lot of you guys will always have trouble with chicks is because you don't understand how to, one, identify women who have true value, but also how to inspire them to bring value to your situation, because you have no value beyond your dick. And I would say this, your dick is not even valuable. Jay Roman, bro, I had a lot of sex, bro. I had a lot of sex. But knowing what I know now, if I would have knew what I know now back when I was a teenager, 20s, there was a lot of chicks I wouldn't have fucked. There's a lot of chicks I wouldn't have gave the dick to if I would have knew what I knew now, right? And if I would have viewed things the way I viewed it now. There's a lot of chicks. Now, I don't regret nothing, but I just look back on it like she didn't deserve the dick. All of them over there, they didn't deserve it. She didn't, I just think back on that shit. But go ahead.
When I look back, it's not that I don't regret a lot of this stuff.
No, I don't regret anything.
What I do regret though, and I'll just keep it 100. I regret that my focus was off.
Yeah, that too.
Because like I said earlier, I'm building my player, or I'm building this individual, and I could have built it way better back then to put myself in better positions now. Now I caught up once I started learning from each of my experiences, but at the same time, I've seen the benefit of being squared away at a younger age and how people move and men move. And you look at that individual, say, hey man, that's a solid dude right there, just squared away. And I think that's the thing. Like, I got my car got keyed one time completely around. Like they did swirls and everything all the way around my car. Tires got flattened and all this sort of stuff. And the thing is, I didn't know who did it. I had no clue who did it.
That's crazy.
Like I couldn't pin it on
you was fucking over, huh?
Yeah, I could. No, I would say I was, fucking them over. I'm just saying, like, nobody owned my soul back then.
I'm talking about in their mind. I'm talking about in their mind.
Yeah.
It was just in their mind. They looked at it that way.
Yeah. Hold on now. Nobody owned my soul now. Hold on. I just, I just didn't know. Like I had no clue. Like they could have came over that night and been chuckling to themselves that they still getting dick down, and they just fucked my car up. So it wasn't. When I talk to young men about this, I know sometimes they look and they think in their head like, man, what you mean they know, what y'all don't like to have sex or nothing? Like, it's not even that. Build a better person, build a completer person at a younger age. And I'm telling you, your life will be so much squared away and so much better, where you don't miss the signs that the title of the show, where the dark side of women, and you don't miss these signs. Most squared away people don't miss this sign because they know, like, hey, no, you ain't really here about me. I could pass on this. I don't have to tuck you in.
Right.
I can move you along and still have a great life. I don't need you to say yes in the club. I don't need everybody to say yes in the club for me to feel good when I go home and that I had a good time. So,
Well, because number one, here's the thing. When we talk about having a quality interaction with a woman, it starts with her saying yes, not no. So she's saying no. She basically saying we're never gonna have a quality situation. So her saying no is perfect, right? Guys, you want women to say no right now, because what that means is not only is she not sexually attracted to you, but she don't even want to use you. Be grateful. She don't even want to use you. Okay, what you need to be. Go ahead, Miles.
No, I was just saying that's a perfect outcome.
Exactly. Right. What you don't want to happen is a woman gives you the impression that she's interested, only for you to get manipulated. Right. And let me get back to manipulation real quick, and I'm gonna answer his question. When I talk about women being manipulative, I'm not saying that like women are some evil creatures. No. Both men and women can be deceitful, period. Like both genders can, right? But what we're talking about is you guys dealing with women and you think everything is all good, but it ain't. It looks good. It's fool's gold, right? So we're trying to teach you how to have discernment when you're dealing with a woman. When you're dealing with women, understanding when you're dealing with a woman who is attempting to control the dynamic versus you're dealing with a woman who doesn't seek to control the dynamic and she's completely bought into what you're doing. You need to know the difference, right? So the homie right there says, KZ talked about women lusting after you. My question, do you bring lust out of them or is it noticeable from the point you meet? Okay, first of all, when you say, do you bring it out of them? Yes, you do, right? But when I say that, the first thing that guys with no game start doing is, well, what do you do, Zag, to make women feel that way? And then you start, well, let me mimic that. Let me say that shit. And what you don't understand is, here's the problem with pickup lines and trying to mimic what people say. And I want you guys to understand something. When you very first introduce yourself to a woman, that's the real you. When you use that pickup line, that's somebody else. Everything you say after that pickup line, you're going back to the real you again. So the women are going to be able to tell that there's something going on with how you're speaking because it's not adding up. There's no consistency in your behaviors and how you're speaking. So even if you said something that implied sex and it got a woman's attention, based on what you said before that and based on all the shit you say after that, she's going to be like, you're not that guy. He's full of shit. She's going to know. So let me get that out the way, right? So part of a woman being inspired to show you that kind of energy is you being unafraid to exhibit that kind of energy, right? How comfortable are you with your own sexuality? How comfortable are you with sex? How comfortable are you with talking about sex with women you first meet? How comfortable are you? Like we talk about guys wearing their heart on their sleeve. How comfortable are you wearing your sexuality on your sleeve where women can feel it like, oh, this motherfucker's a sexual dude. Damn, he don't play. He coming with that heavy energy. How comfortable? I'm coming like that. So it's easy for a woman to, any woman who's feeling me to say, oh, damn. So it makes her want to take her mask off and be like, I'm with this. So she has no incentive to hide from me because I'm already coming with that energy. She feels as though she has my blessing and my permission for her to show that side of her to me. You guys don't inspire that because you guys keep your mask on the whole time you're talking to women. Bro, how can a woman be lusting after you when you're indirect, indecisive, you're passive, you're scared to tell women what you want? That women don't lust after dudes who offer dates who ain't flirting sexually. I got it.
It just, I don't know if he's one of your students or not, but you know, he come out with the big word lusting. Like, you know, I just need you to be a little curious first. You know, I need you to think about us in some intimate ways, and you know, you curious on how that would make you feel. Like, you know, lusting is a different level for it. You know, right. And then you know, once we do our thing, you'll lust after that. But you know, it's just like,
yeah, most women ain't gonna be lusting after you, bro.
Yeah, they be trying to hit it out the ballpark. I just need you to think about us in some intimate ways, and in your head, you're curious on how it would feel. And let's make it happen to make it feel, and we'll go from there. But you know, lusting as a whole, that's a whole nother thing, a whole nother level.
Yeah, a woman. First of all, you can have sex with, we'll say 50, since that's the number we was using. You can have sex with 50 chicks, and they can all be sexually attracted to you, but maybe only 2 or 3 lusted after you. It ain't. Yeah. Most women just ain't gonna be throwing themselves at you and be like, "Please give me that dick, please." Okay. You're not gonna get that. Okay, most of the time you're not gonna get. And to your point, Jay, what may happen is she may be sexually attracted to you, and then once you hit it, now she own it, right? But when you're talking about women lusting you before you even fuck them, that's just unrealistic for most guys. For women to be coming with that kind of energy out the gate, and you ain't even have sex with them. Go ahead, Jay.
Yeah, I just think, you know, you're trying to hit out the ballpark. How about you just round some bases and get some curiosity built up, and,
Right.
and learn how to do that, and then you'll start building on that lust. Because but if you started conversations off of talking about, you worried about body counts and stuff like that, that's not going to get you to the lust, because now she knows you're one of those dudes that shame sex.
Mhm.
Right?
Exactly.
So there's a lot of things to do that you have to do prior to, before you talk about somebody, lusting for you and stuff like that. So,
I'm glad you said that, Jay Roman. And just from a psychological perspective, how you view sex and how you view women matters. Guys, how you view sex, how you view women in relation to sex, just subconsciously, it impacts your behavior around women when it comes to sex. It impacts it. Go ahead. You got it, man.
Add something real quick. So, a lot of guys don't understand this too. Like, you don't understand how you end up muting a woman's sexuality and possibly her lust with your judgmental attitude. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these guys who talk this body count shit, you don't even realize that you can, like, there's a lot of women that probably, even because you mentioned it, Kazak, when you was like, there's a lot of women that may have had sex with you and was sexually attracted to you, but never lusted after you. And a part of the reason why is because they didn't feel like the environment was safe for them to express the depth of their sexuality. Because if I act too sexual, you're gonna think I'm a slut and I do this all the time, and you're gonna think my body count high. Because that's what these niggas talk about all the time. Because we ask them, how would you ever know a woman's body count? Oh, well, if she act a certain way, then I'll know that she's promiscuous and she probably done that with a bunch of niggas. So that means her body count high. So you already putting out that, see, and it's a function of outcome dependency. Do you understand? Because you depend on a certain outcome based on fake indicators. So, okay, if a woman is like, damn, I need that dick, I want that dick, I just want you so bad, you're like, oh, you a slut. You do this with all the niggas. You ain't shit, right? But the problem with that is you will never actually, you will never fuck the real her, basically. And that's a part of the reason. That's a part of the reason why a nigga could have so many sexual partners and still be calling me for advice. You understand? Bro, go ahead, Kay.
Let me show you something. I'm gonna read this. Hold on, real quick. Do I got it? Where the fuck did it go? Okay, right here.
Yeah, I remember we had a conversation about this.
So I want everyone. I'm gonna read this. So my boyfriend and I have sex once a month. It's not like I don't like sex, but I don't want our relationship to be centered around sex every time we meet. I love him very much, so I need to set standards for him to see value in me. But deep down, I crave sex every day. Recently, I've been seeing this guy. I don't love him. I don't see a future with him, so I feel comfortable having sex with him every day. I don't mind if he sees me as a whore. I'm just using him. So let me move that, and let me say this, because Miles, you said something very, very important. Let me get back. Let me find this shit. Hold on, my bad. You said something very, very important regarding not understanding the depth of a woman's sexuality. I said this years ago. Right? Because I've been a side guy. I've been a side dude a few times, and I told dudes in the video, I said, there are guys who've been fucking your chicks for 2 months. He's the side guy, and you've been in a relationship with her for a few years, and he know your chick better than you do, and he only been fucking her for a couple months. Dudes was heated. They didn't like that I said that. And I'm like, nah, bro, that's some real shit. Trust me, when we talk about the depths of a woman's sexuality, that's the real her. That's the side of her. Like, even when most guys that women have sex with don't see the true depths of who they really are sexually. They don't show them everything. Case in point. I did a video years ago. There was this guy, he was in a relationship, and he always wanted a threesome. And his girl was like, nah, I don't do that. Only for him to find out that she was cheating on him with a couple. So she was having a threesome with a whole nother couple. But she wasn't having it with him because, one, she didn't see him like that. And two, he didn't inspire that kind of, part of her where she wanted to share that with him. So a lot of you guys, you be in whole relationships with chicks and you don't really know what they're into sexually. You don't know.
Facts.
You don't know. Real quick, I'll give you another. I'm gonna tell you real quick. And shout out to the homegirl. She married and everything. Shout out to she posts pictures every goddamn day on Facebook with the new baby and her husband. Shout out to them. But what the husband don't know.
This nigga Zag Instagram stalking.
I know Shorty. So what he don't know is when she was single. And look, guys, every woman has a past. And when they single, let me just say this about women being single. When they're single, that's the perfect time for them to experiment with sex and for them to, in any type of things they want to, do that they think about and haven't done, they might take the chance to explore that shit while they're single, right? So when she was single, there was 2 dudes in rotation, right? She was fucking with these 2 dudes, right? So one dude, she had him, video the shit on the phone of them fucking. So then she went to the second dude with the video and basically showed him the video of her getting dicked down by the other dude. Now, the reason why she did that is because she was trying to hint to him that she wants both dudes to dick her down.
She
right?
wanted
She wanted the train ran on her. She was just seeing how he responded to the video to see if she can have that situation pop off, and the dude wasn't with it. But the point I want to make is that was years ago. Fast forward, she married, got a whole monogamous thing going. Husband probably don't even know. You know what I'm saying? So the point I want to make is, and this is why for me personally, you need to make sex front and center right away so you can see who the fuck you're dealing with.
Early.
Y'all got it.
Facts. Yep.
I'm about to cut out, but I'm gonna just make a few points that, and that's why I always say about the maturity of it. Some of you guys are in relationships and never asked your woman about her experiences, right? Because you're afraid to know.
Mm-hmm.
And my thing is, or you're afraid to ask her what she would like to try. Or while you was watching that movie or something and something came on and you was downgrading it, but she was over there getting a little hot about it. You see, these things are real. People have their own individual desires. So does your woman. Like, if you can sit there and say, "Oh, that looks really nice," shit, she can get a little bit. Your woman can say the same thing about a dude walking down the street. The thing is, you can't make anybody comfortable and opening up by shaming and closing every act that you see along the way, unless that is you, right? Unless it really does bother you,
right?
So, but at the same time, it's just, you can't create this world of yours where it shames her, but for you, it's all green lights, because you'll never get the whole green light from her about anything. So, bro, I mean, it's just, it's simple to say, simple to think about.
All right, we got 256. You are on live with the Manhood is a Skill Set Show. Name, age, city. How can we help you?
Hey, what's up, gentlemen? It's Jay Bizzle, man. From Alabama, 40. How y'all doing today?
Chilling, man. Where did you send it? No, we got three free calls. My bad. You taking a free call or
I
you?
I took one of the free calls.
Take one of the free call. All right, yeah, go ahead, bro. Well, how old are you? How old are you? You said again?
40.
40.
40. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just calling in, man, because I just need the information, man, because I'm dealing with my baby mother or whatever, right? And trying to figure out how to get some respect out of her, basically. You know what I'm saying?
What you need respect from her for? Why do you need respect from her?
I don't know. Like, I mean, as far as like seeing my child, it's like,
okay. Wait. So here's the thing. And I don't mean to cut you off, brother. You're a grown ass man. I understand that, because I know you guys. So some of you guys get sensitive when we cut, but you're talking, and I just need you to. We're trying to sort out your thoughts so we could really ask the correct questions. You understand? So, are you looking for respect, or are you looking for scheduled time with your child? Which one is it?
Well, basically, she wants me to come at her dwellings to see my child, basically.
And she wants supervised visits or something?
Yeah.
Okay, so are you guys in the courts?
And just for child support. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Stop right there. Stop right there. Let me talk to him, because we've done consultations before. It's been a year and a half, 2 years. It's been a minute, and we talked about this shit. You still going through this shit? All this time later, you still going through it?
It's only because, bro. It's only because, man. Somehow she want me to come there and visit my child, and
Okay. Are you, bro? Bro, I told you real quick. Let me just say this real quick. Oh no, you know what? Go ahead, Jay Roman. I know you got to bounce. Go ahead, Jay.
Let me ask you a few questions real quick. Do you have any habits that are detrimental to a child being with you or at your house?
Tell the truth.
Well, I had my own place, and she wouldn't let me. She wouldn't let me bring him to my dwelling. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Is there anything unsafe with your dwelling?
Using him like as a power source. She got like a real control.
I'm asking this question one more time. Is there anything unsafe with your dwelling?
I'm saying,
like, do you have any habits or anything that she feels is detrimental to your child? You smoke, you drink, like
I drink.
You have guns, Okay.
You drink. Are you? Wait a second. Though. You drink now? You drink now? Are you drunk now?
No, I drive trucks. But I still drink. Like,
okay,
when I'm, I still chill and drink. But I know. I mean, I be chilling, man.
No. Caller. I don't like none of this, because the man asked you if you drink, and I heard you say, "Well, she smokes." You see, you already trying to pawn off responsibility on her. You look. No offense, my brother. Take it easy, but you're coming in weak, respectfully.
Right.
All right, I'm gonna tell you like this. If you're already in court for custody, you should be in there. I mean, for child support, you should be in there for custody. If they say,
visitation, it's all together.
Visitation, because it should be tied together. If she has 100% custody of your child and you're paying for child support, you can start working on having times. Now, I don't care if it's at her house. If I want to see my child, I don't like it, but I'm going over there to see my child.
Facts.
And we're gonna play in the backyard. I'm gonna toss this ball, kick this ball, or do whatever, and say, "Hey, see you next week," or whatever. I'm gonna keep building that up, because it's about the child, not about my ego on what you think she's trying to do. Do you like it? Nah, we don't like it. Yeah, I understand you don't like it, but you do the steps from there.
I think is when we went to court, though, it wasn't even about visitation. They said it was like a separate date or a separate court. It was basically about the payments, like child.
Did you make
okay? Stop right there. Let me talk to him. Let me talk to him real quick. Okay, and I don't know how Alabama works. I just know in the state of Texas, it's all together. When they put you on paper for that child support, automatically you have legal rights. Now they give the mother an option. They say, "Hey, when it comes to visitation, do you want to work that out with him? Or do you want to do standardized visitation, which is the first, third, and fifth weekend of the month? Or do you want to do supervised visitation, which is where you got to be with that motherfucker while he with the child?" My thing is, because she's listen real quick. Because she's disrespectful and inconsistent, you should have been the one to make it legal and have it on paper, the visitation. So when she violated the court order, right, there can be legal repercussions, but you didn't do that. Y'all got it.
They say that's a separate court date. I gotta put it.
That's fine, but when was the court date?
Yeah, she is very disrespectful, but that's the only way I can see him, like, through her. So I was like, basically, like, going to see him is going to her house. I'm guessing that's the way I got to do it, right?
Hey, man, this is what happens when we make the world that we live in. We don't like it all the time. So this, I'm gonna tell you, this is what you do. Number one, you get you a diary, you get you a book or whatever. You document every time you call the house and every time you go over. If you call to go over and she denies you, you put that in a document. You write that down. You make sure that your phone records and everything reflects the same thing that you're writing down, right? Because if she's denying you to visit, when you go to court, you can say, "Hey, I've tried to see my child in the form that she wants me to, and that's over there." and every time I go, I'm not able to see my child.
Hold on, Jay.
Now,
Jay, let me tell you, Jay. I'm talking about she got random niggas like shacking up in the crib.
You should be there real quick. That should make you go over there even more to see what's going on, nigga.
See, that's the thing, though. See, that's where I have to.
I can't really like monitor shit like that. You know
hey, I'm gonna tell you this right now. You ain't gonna monitor nothing over at her house. You can't do it. You're not in that house. So the thing you do is build a relationship with your child to the point that that child is wanting to see dad, is expecting dad, and wants to be with dad. Build a relationship with your child, because that's what it's about. Now, Shaq can come over and sit on the couch. Hey, what's up, Shaq? How you doing? Where's my child? I'm going to go out in the backyard, spend some time with my child. I'm be in the front yard, tossing that ball.
Caller, you still in love with your baby moms?
Hell no, man.
So what the fuck? No. When
I first started watching the game,
quiet. So what the fuck is the problem with other niggas being over at the crib and all that? Ain't you just about your kid?
No, because I can't go over there and see him when she got him. She don't want me over there. That's the only thing.
All right, well, you need to go.
You got two different statements.
You need to get in the fucking court. Stop fucking belly aching. Get the court ordered visitation and get it done, bro. Like you got you sound like any one of these weak ass niggas out here talking about, oh, I got a disrespectful baby moms, feeling all defeated and shit. Take the correct avenues that you need to get and fucking see your kid, bro. Like stop fucking belly aching and do what you supposed to need to you need to do, man. You a grown ass man. Stop the bullshit.
Right.
See,
God damn.
Jay Pistol, let me ask you a question, because His Holiness, he said he in Alabama. So let me ask you a question, bro. Did she put you on monitored visitation or supervised visitation? Did she put you on that?
She wanna do it, man.
Call her. Bro, you have no choice. If that's what she chose, you have no choice but to do it that way.
Hey, did you choose this woman?
Nah, he was drunk.
Man, you know what, man? I'm telling you, y'all, I found y'all a little bit too late. Like, right? I'm like, look.
No. I don't want no excuses, man. We men. You didn't find this late. Okay, you found this when you found this, and then you go from there. No. Let me talk, Jay Bizzle. Okay, I'm seriously. You found this when we found this. People, you can't blame. No excuse for the previous, right? Because once you learn something from that point on is when you need to change. You're being lazy about it, and you are expecting her just to do what you want her to do. She's no longer under your influence, point blank. So you either got to get the court to help you out, or you just take the steps to see your child. I don't care every time if I come see the child, my BM is getting dick down in the room. I don't care. I'm here to see my child. She could be screaming out the window, and I'm playing ball with my son. All I'm saying is like you're confusing yourself by diluting what you really are upset about.
That's what I'm saying.
You're upset about the mom having control over the situation, and you seeing Shaq sitting on the couch.
Yeah,
you're upset about that your young one is around some dude. I get it, but that's the life it is. All you could do is be the best parent you can be with your child at this moment.
That's what you chose when you got drunk and shot the fucking club up, nigga. You chose that. You gave up that power when you shot the club up. That's it.
So
I
just
promise.
Fight for your child.
And you know what? I see y'all talk about it all the time, and I was like, damn, well, I wouldn't. If I could have just saw them right before I
Shut up.
This
Shut up.
See, I'm out. I'm out, man. I'm out, man. I learned from my experiences. I went through them, and that's it. I don't care when I caught knowledge. When I catch it, I'm changing my life from that point on.
She was hitting me.
Shut up. Hey, quiet.
I'm out. Hey, gentlemen, have a good Saturday. I got some things to do.
All right,
appreciate it.
Yo, caller, be quiet, bro. Be quiet, okay? Because we're not here. We're not here to feel sorry for you about the situation that you put yourself in. Again, it's either you looking for respect because you seeking some type of validation, or you trying to have a relationship with your kid. You got to pick one. You got to pick one struggle, homie. You got to pick one struggle. That's it.
And let me say this real quick, guys. When you seed up the wrong chick, respect is out the door. You might as well forget about that. Okay, the most you can hope for is just mutual co-parenting. That's it. Mutual co-parenting. Okay, that bitch can hate you. You can despise her, but when it comes to co-parenting, y'all can set the bullshit to the side and exchange the child. Right? Jay Bizzle, is he still there?
Yeah, he's still there.
Okay, here's the problem. You haven't done anything to better your situation. You're sitting back waiting for shit to happen to you. And then you're reacting to what she's doing. And because you're reacting to what she's doing, you're in a position where you're very emotional about that. Right? And it's almost like you feel like you're a victim, like you're being victimized. And here's another thing. You might not feel this way right now, Jay Bizzle, but I know you have over the last year or so. You also felt some kind of way because you lost sexual access. Don't think I forgot what you told me. I just still wanted to hit it. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
so
man, you ain't lying, bro. You ain't lying.
You felt some kind of way because you lost sexual. And Jay Roman was right.
But I'm not tripping no more. Though.
But I know, but yeah, you're not tripping no more. But subconsciously, bro, Jay Bizzle. Consciously, you might not be tripping no more, but it's still in your subconscious, which is why you brought up all the niggas over there. Because you're bothered by the fact that niggas is over there running through that on the regular. Right? And you feel some kind of way because you're like, she won't let me hit it no more. I can't even go see my kid. And you have no power at all. And here's the thing. If she puts you on supervised, guys, let me say this real quick. If a woman puts you on supervised visitation, there's one or two reasons why she's doing that. Either because she really feels like that child is in harm's way if you're not being monitored, or she hate you. Like she hates your ass, nigga. Okay, and that's what I mean by that. She's doing it partly to get you back. You know what I'm saying? But also, it's about control. Real quick. In a relationship capacity, and for all you niggas that got kids with women, understand that the manipulation don't stop, right? In a relationship capacity, if a woman realizes she can't get you to move how she wants you to move, and the relationship ends, and y'all got a kid, she's gonna seek to get her retribution through that child. She's gonna seek to control that situation because she couldn't control the relationship. And in many cases, there's resentment and animosity. Listen, there's resentment and listen, bro. There's resentment and animosity because she like, I got this kid with this bitch ass nigga, and the shit couldn't go my way. Now I got to get rid of this nigga, and I still got this kid. I'm gonna make this nigga pay. You understand that?
Right. Damn it, boy.
But that's your fault, nigga.
So what? How do I shake that?
Caller,
how do I shake that shit?
Caller, you been sipping?
No.
Sound like you been sipping, bro.
No, bro. Well, yeah.
No, you sound your speech is slurred and shit, bro.
No, he put it on the nail. That's why I asked him.
Yes, bro, she's doing it, guys. Again, and let me just say this about child support. Let me just say this about women respecting you. We can let them go after this, Miles. Guys, if you chose the right woman, even when the relationship or marriage ends, there should be no issue with the child if you chose the right chick. If the woman is trying to put you on child support or she's trying to do the visitation thing, see, if a woman respects you, she don't want the courts in it. Right. You don't want the courts involved, right? If the woman is getting the courts involved, it's either because she don't trust your ass to do what you're supposed to do, or she wants to get your ass back. Period. That's what it is. Because if a woman respects you and she knows you're a man and you're going to handle your business with the children, there is no need for her to do the child support because she knows that there's only but so much money she can get. And the money you're going to spend and the financial obligation you're going to have for the child is going to be much more if she don't put you on child support. So
Right.
understand that all of that is about control. I want to control this nigga. And not only that, but I want to get this nigga back because, and here's the thing, Carla, let me ask you a question real quick. Before the relationship ended, did she give you any ultimatums about how she wanted you to move?
Yeah, pretty much. She was like,
And what happened? And what happened?
she was saying, she was basically saying, I'm trying to think back because we've been broke up for like 4 years.
Okay, no, I don't. It's gonna be a long story. What I'm saying is, when she was complaining about you maybe not changing, or maybe she wants you to move this way, I'm assuming you didn't do it, right?
Right.
What was the outcome?
Man, I don't want to say this online like that. I don't want to do that.
Okay, I'm not asking you to say anything in particular, bro. But, okay, this is my point, bro. Jay Bizzle, bro. I do wonder if you've been drinking, bro. But let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Who ended the relationship and why? Who ended the relationship and why?
You say what, bro?
Who ended the relationship and why?
She did.
I'm gonna tell you how it ended. We went to a D.L. Hughley. We went to a D.L. Hughley stand up.
Speed up the story, nigga.
Yo, who ended the relationship? We don't need to know about the concert. Who ended the relationship, my bro?
I ended a relationship. I ended a relationship because everything I was watching, everything was like opposite compared to when I started getting this knowledge from y'all. You know what I'm saying?
No. Why did you end the relationship? What occurred, my brother? What occurred, Jay Bizzle? What happened? Jay Bizzle.
I'm telling you, it was totally disrespect in the morning. Every morning, every day, it was disrespect from her.
Disrespect.
So I left.
Okay, listen, real quick. And I just want guys to understand real quick. And this is perfect. The dark side of female investment, most men miss. This is what guys don't understand. When you're dealing with a woman who's not really about you from the very, very beginning, she's not really about you, right? And this is what when we talk about women being manipulative, right? Again, sometimes it's conscious where they are consciously going out of their way to be manipulative. Other times it's subconscious. So call in your situation, I assure you, what happened was at some point during the relationship, the woman started trying to seize control of the relationship. She started trying to implement her agenda. And when you were being inconsistent or you weren't giving her exactly what she wanted, that's when the disrespect started. That's usually how it goes.
Listen, that is so. You put it on a nail. I'm gonna tell you why. Because I didn't know leadership. I didn't know none of that. I didn't know, like, I was confiding in her something I shouldn't have done, and she was looking at that.
Okay. So real quick, with Jay Bizzle, I want you to do more listening than talking. Jay Bizzle, I need you to do more listening than talking because evidently you didn't learn anything from previous consultations. So you got to understand that not only are we teaching you, but there's young men that need to hear this information. So I want you to understand, in your situation, you had a woman that was investing to build leverage. This is equity building to negotiate power later. And the story that I told you guys about the guy I did a consultation with yesterday, same thing happened. Guys, there are times where women, they're spending money on you very early into the interaction. They're acting like they're down to cook and clean. And they're not doing that because they really value you. They're doing that because, here's the thing. Let me just say this real quick, and I'll pass it to you, Miles and Jay Bizzle. Let me say this real quick. Most women are counting on you being attracted to them and you desiring them sexually. They're counting on that to be enough to get everything they want out of you, right? Women want to do the least for the most, right? Meaning they are counting on you being enamored by the way that they look and your desire to want to fuck them, that being enough for them to usher in their agenda. Once a woman realizes that her beauty or her box is not enough to get what she wants, then she will begin to do other things like spending money, like cooking. All right, that I'm not getting what I want from him. He's still just looking at me as someone he's fucking. I need him to look at me as someone he wants to date seriously. Okay, let me do some more shit, right? And then it becomes equity building. So later on, she can negotiate and say, and what happens is, Jay Bizzo, once she feel like she got you right where she wants you and you ain't going nowhere, that's when she will seek to seize control of the situation. Y'all got
it. Caller?
I want to say this part.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead. I want to say this part. When I met her, we moved superiorly fast. Like, I let her move in my apartment.
Oh, no shit.
I seen signs of disrespect, and I didn't know no better. I didn't know, like, I thought that was normal for a woman to do disrespectful things. And before I actually started watching y'all, you know what I'm saying, I didn't know nothing about nothing, you know what I'm saying? So she was disrespectful from the jump. It wasn't like,
Jay Bizzle, let me ask you a question. This is important. I'm going to ask you a series of questions. Just answer the questions without going on a long tangent. How long did it take you to get the box? I say that shit. I don't even like saying that shit. How long did it take you to hit that ass before from the time you met her to the time that you guys smashed? How long time passed?
I got you. I hit that ass in like the second day. The second
date?
I did. Now that was good on that part, but what she did was she had an agenda, and I didn't know nothing about nothing.
Okay, she listen. You said what?
Since you want me to, she said when we had sex, I was like, she was like, since you called me and you want to talk to me all day, I'm just gonna move my clothes away because she didn't want to live with her parents. She said, "I'm gonna live."
Stop right there. Say no more. I got it now. I know what happened. Stop right there. Stop right there. Stay no. Stop right there. I'm glad you just said that bit. I want everyone to listen to what he just said.
I didn't know no game.
Jay Bizzo. Jay Bizzo, stop talking. Jay Bizzo, stop. Jay Bizzo, stop talking. I'm telling you. I'm telling you exactly what happened. She settled for you. Okay, you said it just now. You said she got tired of living with her parents. She had an agenda to move in with you from the beginning. She never liked you like that. She had from the very beginning. Okay, guys. Okay, and this is what I talk about a lot of times when women are manipulative, but it's a subconscious. A lot of times when women are meeting guys, they don't necessarily seek to manipulate you in a deceptive way. They just see an opportunity based on something you present to them. So there was something that occurred in your interaction where she says, I can use this nigga for a place to stay. I think I found my new residence. And she just sought out, and she had you from out the gate. She got you.
I'm gonna tell you what happened. She came through. I was friendly as hell. I played some music, and I was dancing for her and all that. I was a dancing monkey for her. You know what I'm saying? I thought I was impressing her, but she was used to talking like street dudes. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't know nothing about nothing.
Oh, you a square nigga. Oh, you a square green nigga. Oh yeah, she got you, dog.
I was green. I was green.
And you said this was 4 years ago?
Man, this was 2019 to be exact. But I broke up with her in 22.
Oh, okay.
So
you broke up with her 4 years ago.
The person I am now, like, you know, just, you know, I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna give it to y'all. Y'all influenced me, and you know the way I move and all that, and who I am. You know, just watching y'all.
Well,
you know,
you need to be influenced to go to the court and get the paperwork right so you can see your seed.
Facts.
I mean, I can see my seed now. It's like when I go over there though, it's gonna probably be like some bullshit though, and I'm just gonna bluff it off.
Yeah, just sit in the car, bro. Jay Bizzo, Get your little kid a Happy Meal and sit in the car and talk to the little motherfucker. What's the problem?
Facts. That's all I can do.
So do it.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. That's all, man. It's just, I just can't believe, like, what I was dealing with.
Bro, you gotta let it go. Stop, Jay Bizzle. Bro, stop feeling sorry for yourself, bro. Stop this shit. You're a man, nigga. No, bro, stop feeling sorry for yourself.
Y'all niggas gonna be rich. Because I promise I owe y'all.
This nigga drunk.
Y'all saved my life. Go ahead, bro. Sorry about that.
Damn, I'm glad I stopped drinking. Bro, stop drinking. Stop that shit. Because now I can see shit. I'll be like, this is how I used to sound. Damn, I'm glad I stopped that shit. Yo, stop drinking, my brother, and focus on, bro, get your life together. See, a lot of you guys, y'all think because y'all have a job and you got a roof over your head that your life is together. Bro, you need to stop feeling sorry for yourself, bro. Yeah, you got God. Yeah, you seated this bitch up and you guys are tethered together forever and ever. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Bro, all you got to do is put your best foot forward, like Miles and J. Ron was saying the whole time. Be there for your seed, grin and bear it. Yes, you got to deal with it, bro. Yeah, you got to deal. Bro, you got to deal with seeing niggas out the crib. Just don't say nothing to them. Don't say nothing to them. But pick up your seed, talk to your baby, your child, your son, and then keep it pushing.
Thanks.
All right, man. We're gonna let you go. I appreciate you, brother. And be safe out there on the road, man. Be safe. Be safe out there on the road, brother. And good luck to you. All right. Yeah, yeah.
So let me say this, and I'm glad that he told us that bit about what she said. And what did she say? I'm just gonna move my clothes. So she already dictating terms to him when they first met. Mm-hmm. Literally right after they had sex. Within maybe a couple of weeks or about a month of knowing him, she already dictating to him. Let me just say this real quick. And this is what a lot of you guys don't think about because y'all just so happy to get some pussy. Just because a woman is having sex with you doesn't mean she's sexually attracted to you.
That's facts.
She can be motivated to have, guys, women are very adept at using sex as a tool to get what they want.
Yep.
Understand that. Well, a chick living at home, a broke bitch living at home, and you got your own spot. Oh, and you're green, and she can tell you're not that experienced. And not only this, Miles, she can tell that you are enamored and enthralled by how she looks.
Yes, sir.
He's like, I got him. And then what happened? When they broke up, what did he say earlier? That he told me during the consultations that he still was feeling to hit that. Even after all the disrespect, he still wanted to hit that. So imagine how much of a fiend he was when they was actually together. And she knew it. Guys, once a woman knows that you can be controlled by sex or beauty, they can't respect you. They can't. They got, even if a woman likes you, once she realizes that you wanted him, she's like, damn, I had hope for this nigga. I really liked him at first. But I got to use this nigga up because he's too enamored by how I look. He can be easily moved by sex, and that's weak. And I can't trust a weak nigga. So here's the thing. If a woman can't trust you, but yet she's dealing with you, she has to lead. She can't allow you to lead. She don't trust you. So she has to take control of the will. Sad but true.
Sad but
Miles,
true.
you want to speak on that? We got some questions. I don't know if you want to get to them so we can get this shit.
Yeah. Guys, we still got 2 free calls, man. And what, maybe about 10, 15 minutes left. So don't waste them. Kobe put some free calls on the books for y'all. But anyway, let's get to the question. So David says quality over quantity in life, including women, is what matters. Yeah, exactly. Quality over quantity. Yeah.
And guys, it's not, let me just say this about, because a lot of guys, when they think about quality, they think about how the woman looks. I just assume that as men, we're only dealing with women that we visually like anyway. I'm just assuming that every man is doing that, right? So when we talk about quality, we're talking about the quality of the experience. Because guys think, let me just say this, and women, this is no disrespect to y'all. Okay, there's no such thing as a quality woman, right? And this is what I mean by that, okay? A woman really can't be a quality woman to you until you give her her marching orders. And then she submits to those orders. That's when she's a quality woman for you, right? But if you have a woman who has an agenda and she is seeking to lead the situation, that experience is not going to be quality. It's not. So quality is about the overall experience. Are you dealing with women strictly on your terms? If not, the experience will never be quality. Never. You might enjoy the sex. You might have a good time taking this trip over here. You might have some memorable experience with the bitch, but you're going to have a difficult time with that woman. Period. You're always going to have a difficult time. Let's get to the next joint. You want to speak to it anymore, Miles? You want to hop to the next one?
Nah, that's fine. Yeah, we already spoke on it. Yeah. Yeah.
So he says,
I'm sorry. I wanted to say one more thing. When we say quality, what we're not just talking about the quality of women and all that other shit. What we're talking about is the quality of the experience, and what creates a quality experience is how much you can actually learn. That's that, because a lot of guys are so oblivious and they forget about their own masculine identity in any given situation. So they don't get a customized lesson. Do you understand? They don't get a customized lesson, because even listening to the caller just now, you can get a general lesson like, oh, well, let me not get finessed by these women out here. But a lot of times sometimes the details of your particular situation might add a certain, difficulty to your experience. And if you're not focused on who you are as a person, it may not dawn on you the decisions that you need to make it worthwhile, and to make the lesson actually worth something, or for you to make the right fucking decision, because you're not fucking paying attention. Because this is what a lot of niggas do. Oh, that can happen to Jay Bizzle, but that can never happen to me. But you're not even paying attention to your situation. So the same fucking thing will end up happening to you, because you think you better than Jay Bizzle, but you're not realizing your own weaknesses.
And let me just say this. Guys, just because the situation isn't exactly like his, don't mean you're not him.
Exactly.
Yep. So he says this, he says, how to be fearless with your sexual approach towards women. Haven't you felt afraid of women making a big scene out of you being... So, G. Washington, this might not be for you. Let me just say this. For all you guys who are afraid, why not just go get a sex worker? Just get you a prostitute, get you a call girl, get you an escort. Just do that if you're so scared. Go ahead, Miles.
How to be fearless with your sexual approach towards women. So it's not only about being fearless. It's about getting your reps up and understanding the craft of social interaction. You understand? It's the more competence you have is the more confident you'll be. And so you don't have to rely on fear. At a certain point, you won't rely on fear. You'll begin to rely on knowledge and experience. So you got to touch grass, basically, is what I'm saying. You got to get out there and do it.
Yeah. So, and here's the thing, right? And this is what I can't stand. I can't stand guys that ask hypothetical questions. What if this happens? What if she does this? My thing is this. Has that ever happened to you? When guys talk about a woman making a scene, you can get arrested. Really? Who do you personally know where that's happened to? I don't personally know anybody that ever got arrested or put in handcuffs because they walked up to a woman and be like, hey, look, I got some dick for you. Sound like something you might be interested in. I ain't never heard it. Yeah, you might have, like, if you're in a venue and a woman says something, you might have a simp ass dude who worked there say, hey man, just chill with the girls, man. Just chill. But beyond that, you can't, you're gonna be in jail for what? What law did you break? What law? So the problem is you guys are just scared and you're making up all these excuses so that way you don't have to look in the mirror and say, I'm a pussy. I'm just going to call it what it is, right? Because then you can say, it's not because I'm scared, it's because women can be rude. And I don't want to be embarrassed because that's unnecessary. No, you're just scared, right? Shout out to Unique 79 with the $20 British pound or euro. He says, I have experienced the dark side of female investment. What many guys miss is that women have needs that need to be met. Facts. We're going to talk about that in a minute, briefly. And when those needs are met, they will be ruthless enough to walk away without, or not met, they will be ruthless enough to walk away without hesitation. Be wise. There you go. Let me just say this. Let me just say this real quick. About what the homie Unique 79 just said.
Mm-hmm.
Every single woman has needs, wants, and desires.
Mm-hmm.
Period. And they will get those needs, wants, and desires met by any means necessary. Period. So even when we talk about sex, even if a woman wants to be in a loving relationship, her sexual needs and desires and wants are still going to be met, even if she has to get those casually. Right? When it comes to women being taken out on dates, right, and being dated and being taken seriously and having men invest emotionally in them and spending non-sexual time with men and getting non-sexual intimacy and affection, they will get that too, even if it means they have to manipulate you for it. Listen to what I'm telling you. Let's take sex out of it for a moment. When it comes to non-sexual attention, affection, and intimacy, women will get that shit by any means necessary. And if they have to manipulate you for it, they will. Period.
Yep.
All of them. All women. 121% of women.
Yep.
Will manipulate you for it if they have to. Now, if they like you, here's the key. If they genuinely like you, they don't feel a need to manipulate you because you're giving it to them anyway. Right? But if they have to start asking you for it, an example would be you fucking with a chick and she's like, what is this? What are we doing? Because you guys are spending the night right away. What women might tell you at first, they might say, hey, why don't we go out more often? What they might do at first is tell you what they want. But if you don't listen, then they'll either stop fucking with you altogether or they'll start to manipulate you for it. One of the two. Every fucking time. Period. Understand that. So let's see if we got any other questions. Hold on real quick. Okay, we already answered that one. I just jumped to this one. How do you deal with women that disrespect? I tried to set a date with the girl and she called me. No, she didn't. No, she didn't. But if she did, I see why she did. Like, it makes sense that she would do that to you. It makes perfect sense that she would automatically think you're one. Right? Yeah. So anyway, so he says, what is wrong with affirmations when you make them identify-based statements or identity-based statements? For example, rather than saying I'm a winner, you say I am someone who has integrity in everything that I do. Miles, I know you talk to some of these gentlemen when you do your Monday joints about affirmations and certain things. You want to go ahead and get this first?
It says, what is wrong with affirmations when you make them identity-based statements? For example, rather than saying I'm a winner, you say I am someone who has integrity in everything I do. Is that a question? What is wrong with affirmations? What are you really saying, though? I don't understand. What is wrong with affirmations when you make them identity-based statements? There's not. I guess the answer to your question is there's nothing wrong with that. Next question. I don't know. Like, y'all be over.
That's the last question, bro.
Oh, that's the last question.
Yeah. So, guys, let me go ahead and take. Cause we ain't after no more calls either. Y'all should have called in. It's too late for you niggas. Let's take that off. So let me say this real quick in relation because we about to hit the 2-hour mark. Again, the dark side of female investment most men miss. Guys, this isn't for you guys to be scared of the boogeyman or one more reason for you to despise women. This is for you to understand that women are human beings that have needs, wants, and desires. Yeah. And they're going to get those met. And the key is for you as a man is to have discernment as to what women you're dealing with. Are you dealing with women who genuinely want you to follow your way of doing things because they want access to you and they value the opportunity? Or are you dealing with women who are going to give you the impression that they're down to move as you're moving, but they have an agenda? And their agenda is, I want to control the situation, but I don't want him to see that right now. So I'm going to go ahead and seek to do certain things to win his trust, if you will. And once I got this nigga good and entrenched where I want him, then I'm going to slowly and methodically go about trying to take control of the situation and run this situation how I want it. And women will do that. And when you are too caught up in sex, and you're too caught up in how the woman looks, and you're too caught up because the bitch heated you up a hot pocket, right? You can easily fall victim. Well, I say victim. I don't even like that word. You can easily fall prey, right, to a woman's agenda. I just need you guys to understand it. And let me just say this real quick, because we're all guilty. We were all guilty of this at one time or another. And both men and women are guilty of this right now as I'm speaking. The problem with y'all in relationships and dealing with other people, y'all look at the good and the bad, and y'all say, as long as the good outweighs the bad, I'll take it. Yeah, she get on my nerves. Yeah, she's a little mouthy, but damn, she can suck a dick. Yeah, she get on my nerves. Yeah, she's a little disrespectful, but damn, she can cook from scratch. And y'all still deal with her. Guys, there can be no bad. It can be no good and bad. Hey, good is 9 and bad is 3. Just good outweighs the bad, I'll fuck with her. No, it needs to be 12 and 0. Yes, she's going to be imperfect. Yeah, there's going to be things about her that you might be like, that's kind of annoying. But she's mad respectful, though, and she listens. I'm fucking with it all day.
All day.
Miles, you got anything you want to add before we get up out
the man mine says Steve the Dean and all right, Mike Tyson's famous quote, everyone has a plan until they get punched in the face. Respect. That's facts. That's
exactly.
Facts.
Exactly. And you know what it is? When guys get a taste of pussy.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because this is what they'll say when they watch us. Man, I'm just going to run through these hoes, man. You know, I'm pumping and dumping. I don't know what y'all talking about. Then they meet that one chick who looked so good to them. And not only that, she's the one, hey, can I come over today? They're like, yes, finally a woman who's initiating. Yes, she wants to see me. And they're like, I like this feeling.
Yeah.
I like this feeling. Only women can get away with saying, I like this feeling. As men, we can't do that.
Right.
We can't do that. Go ahead, Miles. Where can they find you, my brother?
Yeah, man, guys. So come over to Cunningham Elements and get your fragrance. We got the Masculine Identity and Masculine Identity Sport fragrances. We also have soap. We got your rose soap. We have your lavender soap, and we also have the lemon mint soap. And I also have a fourth soap because I started doing designer. I started collaborating with this designer fragrance oil company, and right now we have a Tom Ford soap. It's there's this fragrance called Fucking Fabulous from Tom Ford. It's super dope, man. So make sure you guys order your soap. I got the Tom Ford designer inspired fragrance, Fucking Fabulous. So check out the soaps, man, at Cunningham Elements. And we got everything over here, you know, to make you clean, make you feel good, make you smell good, and keep the skin looking good, man. And then, of course, go to shoplucario.com and get with Mr. Lucario. He's going live at 5 later on. So make sure you go over to Mr. Lucario's channel and get with him. And then tomorrow, we'll be doing Real Game, No Theory. Shout out to 1950, Steve the Dean, K-Zaggin, Mr. Lucario, and myself. We'll be out there 12 noon Eastern time, man. So make sure y'all come through and be a part of that. Zag, you already know, man. Thanks for having us on the show, and we appreciate you.
Okay. Appreciate you. And on the way out, I just want to tell you guys this. Most women prefer a presentation of submission, not the practice of it. When women are truly submissive, there's no resistance. There's only compliance. Understand that. On that note, we out. Like, share, subscribe. Peace.